Hey guys, welcome back to another episode Up and Running. On this week's episode, we're going to take a look at this 1964 Ford F100 and hopefully we can get it running. So stay tuned. Hope you enjoy it. Alright, so someone left this in my driveway today. It's a 1964 Ford F100. It's actually a really nice truck. There is no rust on this truck at all. Alright, we're going to start to take a look at this thing. The first thing that I'm going to try to do is put the ignition switch back in it. Somebody cut the wires on it, and I've got the switch and everything, and it seems like all the wires are there, so I'm just going to go ahead and put them back in. So hopefully we'll be able to get it to turn over by the ignition switch. You can see a couple of the wires there. Don't know why they did this. Alright, I'll give it a try and see if this is something you guys can see or not. So we'll give it a whirl. Alright, there's a couple other wires in there. I'm not 100% sure where they go, but I just want to make sure that I've got this wired in here correctly so the engine will turn over. I'm going to go ahead and put the battery on and we'll try it out. We had some things coming on, the blower's on. Radio's on. We must have it on accessories. We'll get the handy dandy key here. And it turned over. Alright, that's awesome. So I gotta make sure these other wires don't touch anything. I gotta find out where they go, and we'll go from there. Okay, I followed these two wires, and where they actually go, one goes to the wiper. You can see the red right here, and the other one, the blue, goes to the lighter. So they are the, you might not have been able to see it. The blue goes to the lighter. So what we need to do is test the, I'm going to set that back there. I got the battery hooked up, the key turned on. We're going to see if there's power on the accessory stud. And there is 12.25 volts. So those two wires go onto that stud as well, and they power the wipers and the lighter. So we're going to go ahead and put those on. The lighter's warm. Let's try the wipers again. There they go. Alright, awesome sauce. Alright, that's enough of working on that old truck today. If I work more than about 45 minutes a day, I get a little tired. Anyway, something I promised you guys in the past is that I would bring you more stuff on my Super Bee, so let's take a look at how I found it and what kind of condition it was in. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, ring the bell right next to it for the notifications, and click the like button. Alright, so I found this Super Bee in this little metal shack that you see in the background here. It had been in there like 26 years. What you can't really see in the picture is that there's railroad tracks back behind there, and one day the train actually pulled up and stopped, and the engineer got out and went up to my friend's house and asked him if they'd sell the car. He could actually see it from the train track. So, but at that time he wasn't ready to sell it, so it stayed in there a while. So So this is what it looked like when I first walked up to that little metal building. It was open all the way through, and then there was a door on the side as well that I was able to walk in and see the car. This view is just from the other side of the building. And yes, if you're wondering, is that a canoe on the top of that car? It absolutely is. Came from Norm Livermore Dodge, Palm Center Dodge in Houston, Texas. The car was so close to the one side of the building that when the air came out of the tires or the tires went flat, the front left fender was actually just barely touching the wall. I had to try to squeeze in there to get my air tank in there to fill the tires up so I could pull it out. The driver's seat was not actually torn. The mice had just eaten it all up. As I think I mentioned earlier, this was a pretty low mile car. So, you know, the damage that you see is actually just from the mice and rats. This was actually the very first time that I opened the driver door up. You can see Ed in the background with the blue shirt, and then the other guy is Robert, whose mom bought this car new. Robert really hated to see the car go, but he finally realized it was time. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll continue to do things like that as time goes on, give you a little more of the history, show you what I found when I started to dig into the car, and show you what kind of challenges I faced. So I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks again for watching. So anyway, let's take a look at some more stuff on my Super Bee. And alright, that's enough of working on that old truck today. If I work more than about 45 minutes a day, I get a little tired. So let's take a look at some more